What's up, everyone? It's your girl JL Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and I thought we'd talk about some of my favorite fragrance combinations. Y'all know I combine eyeshadow palettes and I combine my fragrances as well, so I figured it'd be fun to talk about them. So I actually have a combined eye look on right now. This is the Wildflower palette, the new one from Lisa Cosmetics, alongside their Nightflower palette that they came out with last year that y'all know I was obsessed with. So y'all know I was getting this one, so you should actually see this video tonight. Now when you gonna see the video on fragrances, I don't know. I'm not even gonna lie and tell you a time, but I figured I'd start with some of the newer fragrances I got from the Sephora Spring Savers event, because y'all know I bought a few perfumes then and I've been trying them out and putting some together. Then I'll talk about some of the older combinations that I like to put together, and then I'll end with one that I already showed you all in my current favorite makeup videos and fragrance, obviously. So just in case you've seen that one before, you'll see that one at the very end. So I'm not gonna read the notes off and stuff on that one because I read the notes off on that a while ago. Now I don't feel the need to repeat. So my first one is the Fenty Beauty perfume, the new one, the only one she has out right now. And then the Lust for Sun. As you can see, I've been using Lust for Sun quite a bit because that was full and it's almost gone, but I've been loving the combination of this with the Fenty one. So I'm gonna start off by reading what the Fenty one says, then I'll get into the Lust for Sun, which is from Juliet. Has a, what is it, Juliet has a gun, not a perfume, but the Fenty one is in the florals family. It says the scent type is warm florals, and the keynotes are magnolia, musk, Bulgarian rose. So the fragrance description is: a magnolia and musk unite with tangerine, Bulgarian rose, vanilla, blueberry, and hints of coconut, geranium, and patchouli to create a blend that expresses itself uniquely on each wearer for a one-of-a-kind scent that is all heart and pure soul. So it says about the fragrance: what began as a garden walk in the global center of perfume became an unapologetic expression of my full and true essence, according to Rihanna. So it says it captures the true essence of the human experience, one that defies categorization, complex, vibrant, raw, sensory, spicy, and sweet all at once. So that's what she's calling this fragrance. And now let's get into the Lust for Sun. So I read this one off when I was doing the video of my Sephora wish list. If you're interested, you can go check that out. But this is considered a fresh fragrance, and the scent type is fresh solar. I don't know what that's even supposed to mean, but it has yang, coconut, and vanilla, which I don't feel like I smell any of that in this as the keynotes. But okay, it says the solar fragrance has notes of yang mixed with touches of mono and coconut. Whether you are too dressed up to wear sunscreen or already in your swimsuit, simply wear this fragrance to feel gorgeous and fabulous. Okay, I'm not really excited about the way they just described this, and I feel like it doesn't really do the fragrance any like justice or make me necessarily want to buy it. It's just I'm already familiar with this brand and that's how I ended up with it. But reading that wouldn't make me want to buy this fragrance. Like I'm gonna just be real with y'all. It really does not make me want to buy this fragrance, or wouldn't make me necessarily want to recommend it to anybody. But I like to put both of these together because I feel like together they just give the perfect scent. I don't necessarily like this one on its own. I feel like it's a more mature scent on its own, but when I combine it with the Fenty one, I love the way it smells. So the Fenty, I don't smell the vanilla and the blueberry and all the other stuff they say too. I usually just smell like the flowers that they described in here. Yeah, like when you sniff, you smell a whole bunch of flowers. Like I just smell flowers. I don't really smell too much of any of the other scents they described. That's why I find it interesting that they named the patchouli and the vanilla and the blueberry, because I don't smell any of that when I put it on. I literally just smell a lot of floral scents. And with this one, I must be smelling the yang because I don't smell the coconut or the vanilla that they describe in this either. So I think that's why I like mixing it with the Fenty, because like it has that floral scent, but I feel like this gives it like a little undertone of I guess a bit freshness, since it is a fresh floral. But I don't know, I just don't necessarily like this one on its own. So if I had to recommend one by itself, I would recommend the Fenty one. And since she has a travel size now that's like 39 bucks, I would definitely recommend you to try it out if you were like me and didn't want to pay the high price for it. The only reason I ended up paying the high price for it is because I went in store and smelled it prior to the sale coming, so that way I know what it smells like and know how it wears on the skin all day and that sort of thing. But like at first when it just came out, it was $140. I was like, who's paying that for perfume? No, I'm not paying that. But it's definitely worth it, and I would definitely say to mix this in with that to get a lovely scent. But on its own, I don't recommend Lust for Sun. I just feel like it has like a more mature scent to it that I personally don't prefer. But y'all know I'm not really a florals girl either, so that might be why I'm not a huge fan of it either. So the next one I have to talk about is this little combination. So I've been loving Angel Shares by Kilian, and I've been mixing it with the Black Opium Illicit Green. This is their latest Black Opium fragrance. I love both of these combined. I should have bought another one. These were in the sale because look how low I am on it, y'all. But I got so many perfumes. So it's like, this is one I wear, a combination I like to wear usually in the fall. And according to my son, it makes me smell like apple pie when I wear it. At least when it comes to the Angel Shares perfume. But these two together are just a match made in heaven. So let's read what each scent has to say about each other. And then I'll tell you why I like wearing them together personally. Sorry, my glam core light keeps moving around. So this is on the warm and spicy family, and it is a warm and sweet gourmand. I'm talking about the Angel Shares now from Kilian, and it's supposed to have cognac, tonka bean, and oak wood. Now I don't necessarily feel like I smell oak wood, but I definitely smell like I smell the cognac and the tonka bean. It says the Angel Share perfume contains the essence of cognac derived from the liquor to lend it a natural caramel color. It opens with a cognac oil upon a blend of oak absolute, cinnamon essence, and tonka bean absolute, and the scent's long-lasting notes of sandalwood, praline, and vanilla make for a delicious finishing. I'm like, yeah, I definitely would say that. It says this fragrance is a part of the liquors collection. Kilian Hennessy wanted to pay tribute to his heritage as heir to the renowned French cognac family, and this fragrance is an Allure Best of Beauty award winner. So this one to me definitely does smell like apple pie. Like, I don't know where the apple pie scent is coming from. I don't know if it's because of the cognac mixed with the what was it, with the tonka bean and the vanilla that's giving it like that scent, because I don't feel like the praline. You know what, it's probably the cinnamon. I'm feeling like, yeah, with the caramel and the cinnamon and the cognac, that's probably with mix of vanilla, that's probably what it gives that apple pie smell. Because I'm telling y'all, when you spray this, it smells like apple pie. So let's get into what the Illicit Green has to offer. So this is a warm and sweet fragrance, and it's a warm sweet gourmand. Y'all know I like me a nice gourmand. It has green mandarin, fig, and coffee. So like a shot of adrenaline, this fragrance features a signature accord of black coffee twisted with luscious, juicy green mandarin and creamy fig. A zesty and unique take on the classic perfume Black Opium. Illicit Green is energized and thrilled to wear. So I'm like, okay. So when I smelled it, I didn't necessarily smell a fig though. Like, I mean, I smell the coffee. I don't feel like I smell the mandarin either though, so maybe that is the fig I'm smelling, but I know I smell the coffee, and I guess I can smell a slight bit of fig. But I like this with the apple pie because I feel like they have a similar scent to them, and the coffee to me just brings out like a coffee and apple pie type feel to it, and both of these together just smell beautiful. I feel like it brings out more of the fig when you put it with the Angel Shares, because on its own I don't necessarily smell fig, but these combined together just smell so good. If you want to smell like a delicious dessert, then I would say go ahead and put both these together. I mean, you can wear them separately too, and they're fine. It's just like, I love this combination, and I've been wearing that combination for quite a while. Like all during the fall I would put that one on because I just love the way it smells. So it was definitely giving. Now we're gonna get into a couple of replica scents I really like to put together. So I have quite a few replica scents. I have a By the Fireplace that's almost empty, but I bought like a traveler set that was like $60 during the sale last year. So that's why this one is full, because the one in the bathroom is the one that's almost gone. And then I have my coffee break. I only have one coffee break, so it's halfway empty. So I like to combine these two together in the fall because I just love the scent of it. To me, it gives a nice warm fall scent, if you would, kind of fall and winter scent, just like the last two I showed you. So we're gonna start off with coffee break. So this is warm and spicy. Of course, it's part of the warm and sweet gourmand. If you haven't noticed, like I said, I really love warm sweet gourmand. So this has coffee accord, lavender, milk mousse accord. So this perfume invokes subtle aromas of warm coffee and milk mousse accord that blends with the sweetness defined by vanilla. This fragrance is blended atop light musk, while the fresh spearmint and lavender is revealed once set on the skin for a long-lasting fresh scent that is balanced by a soft sweetness. And I would say I agree with that pretty much. I think they're I love reading their description because they give you the description of why they named it, what they named it. So let's read that part. It says this fragrance is inspired by the first sip of a hot coffee and aromatic fragrance for women and men that recreates the memory of a cozy coffee shop on a cold day. The warm scent of this unisex perfume recreates the feeling of comfort and the simple pleasure of a fragrant cup of coffee. See, that's why I love to read these, because I'm like, with theirs, I feel like they're really detailed in how they replicated the scent and why they replicated the scent. So I really love that about theirs. So that one I like to mix with By the Fireplace, like I said. So we're going to read what By the Fireplace has in it now. It is, of course, a warm and spicy and a warm and sweet gourmand, because that's just what I live for. It has clove oil, chestnut accord, and vanilla accord. This warm scent combines orange flower, clove oil, and chestnut atop a comforting vanilla fragrance to recreate the signature warmth and coziness of a crackling fire. So it's inspired by the feels of comfort. This warm and spicy perfume evokes the memory of wood crackling in the fireplace while snow falls outside. See, they just, this way to describe these is so just lovely. And it definitely smells like a crackling fireplace. Like you can smell the clove oil, and I can smell the vanilla and chestnut accord. So those two I can definitely smell in here, and it's one of my favorites for fall and winter time for that reason. Now with coffee break, I just like the extra little vanilla that it gives in here, and the lavender that it gives. I feel like it's a nice balance between these two. So it's like, you feels like you smell like a warm cup of coffee that you're sitting by the fireplace drinking. Like combining these, that's what it makes me think of, and that's what I feel like I smell like. But I like that scent. If you like scents like that, then you might be into it, but if you don't, you probably won't. So of course, y'all know I had to throw in a fruity one, because since it's around spring, summertime, I felt like it was important. So of course, I think I've talked about these two before as well, but this is my Eaten Juicy Apple, and then my Love Fest Burning Cherry from Kylie. I love to combine Kylie scents, so this was just another set I wanted to show with you all. So the first one I'm gonna do is the Juicy Eden's Apple. It is from the Florals family, and it's a fruity floral. So I was shocked that they put it in the Florals family, but I mean, like, I guess. And the scent, of course, is Juicy Red Apple, Wild Berries, and Jasmine. So it says playful, vibrant, and bursting with attitude. This delicious scent is a tempting, mouth-watering fusion of crisp, juicy red apples, sweet berries, and fresh floral notes woven together into a bouquet of unapologetic happiness. Top notes include juicy red apple, black currant, pink grapefruit, and lychee. Middle notes are wild berries, raspberry blossom, jasmine, and rose. Drying notes include vanilla flower, amber crystals, sugared moss, and sensual musk. So that's what's going on with the Juicy Apple Eden. To me, it just smells like a more mature version of what was the apple? It was an apple fragrance from Victoria's Secret that was really popular when I was in high school, and that's the vibe it gives me. It's like a mature version of that. But I'm trying to remember. Enchanted Apple, that's what it was. It gives me the mature version of Enchanted Apple from Victoria's Secret. If y'all remember, it was Enchanted Apple, it was Love Spell, and there was one other one that people liked from Victoria's Secret a lot. But I know everybody's wearing Love Spell, and then Sweet Pea from Bath & Body Works. If you my age, and you know what I'm talking about. But next we're going to go into the Love Fest Burning Cherry. It is a warm and spicy. It is a warm and sweet gourmand. I found it interesting that the cherry one was considered a gourmand, whereas the apple one was considered a fruity one. But, you know, to each his own. And this is a sweet and gourmand, sorry, a warm and sweet gourmand, of course. So it has notes of black cherry, rose, and Palo Santo. So celebrating life with this luscious, sweet gourmand fragrance and awakening the free spirit within you. The enticing contrast of subtle burning cherries and raspberries complemented with sweetness caramelized notes of praline against the smoky earthy notes of Plano Santo, gentian wood, and patchouli makes this a truly mesmerizing and euphoric fragrance. So that's what they're calling this one. And the reason I think they smell together good together is, of course, because they're both fruity fragrances. So you have your unique or adult version of Enchanted Apple, and then you have this really nice cherry one. And this, to me, this smells definitely kind of woodsy, so I can understand where they said it, why they're calling it a burning cherry, because it definitely does have notes in it that I feel like give more of a burning type smell or sensation to it, if you will, kind of like the By the Fireplace. I definitely feel like it has some notes in there that gives off that scent and vibe, if you will. And that's why I prefer to wear this one alone when it comes to like fall and winter, because it gives off that more woodsy smell and vibe to it. But in the summertime, when I want to wear it, I like to mix it in with these two. And as you can see, they're both quite low. I do have backups of both of these though in travel sizes, because they had a 3-pack travel size with this one, and then of course my Vanilla 28, which y'all know I live for Vanilla 28. So I definitely went ahead and grabbed that one. But these are two I just like to combine together when it comes to like more of the spring. If you want a more smoky, romantic vibe to it, I definitely would say add this one toward the end of the night. But if you just want the fruity, nice adult version of Enchanted Apple from Victoria's Secret, then you should definitely put this on in the daytime. That's what I like to do sometimes. Sometimes I'll start off with this one, and then I'll put a little bit more of this on and add this on at night for that more grown and sexy smoky smell to it, if you will. I wonder if it's simple to the Smoking Cherry from Tom Ford, since he came out with additional cherries into his fragrance line. So the last two I have to talk about are ones that I already talked about with you all before, so I don't feel the need to like dive into it too deep, girls. We're just gonna talk about these two fragrances and be going with it. So this is the Charli D'Amelio Born Dreamer fragrance alongside Penrose Secret Genius. So both of these I've talked about before. I think I gave you all the notes in another video when I talked about some of my favorite perfumes, so I'm not gonna dive too deep into that today, because this will be like your second or third time seeing these. So clearly you know I love them. So I love the scent of this one. I'm trying to see if it says anything on the bottom. This was made in the US. What I don't like about this though is like they don't have a travel size. So it's like if I want to go on vacation, I want to take this giant, you know, thing with me. So hopefully eventually she'll get a travel size in the future. But as you can see, I've been using it quite a bit because the little line is going down on it a bit. So I've been trying to get in more into perfumes the last couple of years, and I have, but I haven't really been talking about them with you all. So I was happy to be able to share them with you all. This one to me gives more of like a fresh vanilla type scent, so you can smell the vanilla in it, but still has like a fresh, clean smell to it. So this one has more of a like a more florally romantic type smell to it, in my personal opinion. So that's why I like to combine both of them together, because it gives like a unique scent to you that you know no one else will have, because you know you're combining the perfumes together. So I really love both of these. I've looked up the notes on both of these and talked to you about both of these before, so I'm not going to get too much into them like I said. But those are all the fragrances I've been currently combining right now. I really like, depending on like what season it is. I showed y'all a couple for later on just in case I don't get around to doing it again, and I know they're two of my more popular ones, and I knew I was running low, so I wanted to show them to you before I ran out of the stuff. So those are all the fragrances I have to talk about today. You can comment down below and tell me what you think about these fragrances. I'm going to do a review on a little fragrance kit I bought once I use all of them, because there's a couple in there I haven't used before, but the majority of them I have. So hopefully I'll have that up by the end of this month if anyone's interested in that. I hope y'all been enjoying these fragrance videos, because I've been having fun talking about fragrances and using different fragrances and showing you like my little fragrance collection, if you will. It's usually filled with lots of samples, but I'm trying to get better at least getting travel sizes as opposed to just using the samples. So I give the samples to my mom now, since I've been buying bigger ones. But like I said, I hope you all been enjoying this content. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. You blessed, girl. Bye.